We begin tonight at 6 with new details in a GBI investigation suggesting that some of the people who took part in the Coffee County election breach knew what they were doing was wrong and tried to keep it a secret. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Russ Spencer.
I'm Courtney Bryant. The GBI conducted its investigation separate from the racketeering probe in Fulton County that led to the indictments of 19 people, including former President Trump.
Well, Fox 5 I-Team reporter Randy Travis says the question now is whether anyone else will be indicted.
That's right, Russ and Courtney. We obtained a copy of the GBI report a few weeks after it was presented to the AG's office for review. The report gives new insight into the actions of all the players in this case, some familiar and some not. The 392-page GBI report examined what happened in Coffee County in the months following the Trump loss in Georgia. Much of it includes the work already done by the nonprofit Coalition for Good Governance that had sued the state in 2017, urging a switch to bubble-in ballots.
I do not recall.
Before her indictment in Fulton County, former elections director Misty Hampton, who now goes by Misty Hayes, refused to talk to GBI agents without an immunity deal. So investigators quoted from her deposition in the civil case. Security video from January 2021 shows Hayes allowing a parade of Dominion voting machine skeptics, including Atlanta bondsman Scott Hall, to make copies of the Coffee County voting software. The GBI report says she coordinated in code with then Coffee County Elections board member Eric Cheney, using the phrase "measuring my desk" when talking about the breaches. Here's what she said in her deposition.
Do you recall referring to the activities of Mr. Lindbergh and Mr. Logan as, quote, measuring your desk? Do you recall that?
I do.
And why did you use that code to describe the work that they were doing?
I plead the fifth on that.
Cheney also refused to meet with the GBI.
Conspiracy to commit intentional interference with performance of election duties.
Guilty. Hall has already pled guilty to his role in the data breach. The GBI report quotes a friend saying he believes that Hall started going down a dark path when it comes to politics a few years ago, when he was introduced into the political world by his brother-in-law, David Bossie, a former campaign aide for Trump. Alex Cruz came with Hall from Atlanta on January 7th and was one of many in the elections office while the software was being copied. Cruz told the GBI he did feel as if illegal or shady things were occurring, and other Coffee County officials appeared to be on board with allowing them to access the data. Hayes allowed more copying later in January with a second set of visitors, including the owner of Cyber Ninjas. The GBI report says Hayes sent a text message to Cheney on January 27, 2021. I took care of the people measuring my desk. That proprietary Dominion software was later shared online with others.
Do you understand that by pleading guilty, you are giving up the right to a trial by jury?
Yes.
Trump attorney Sidney Powell has also pled guilty related to her actions in Coffee County. That leaves Hayes and former county GOP chair Kathy Latham as the remaining defendants in the Fulton County racketeering case connected to what happened in this South Georgia town. Attorney General Chris Carr must now decide whether the GBI report should lead to more arrests. The GBI also discovered another 3,000 emails on Misty Hayes' computer that were apparently not turned over to the Coalition for Good Governance despite a court subpoena. The GBI report says only 7 were of, quote, particular interest, but the nonprofit has filed a new lawsuit against Coffee County demanding to see all of those emails.